In his State of the Nation speech last Thursday, President Jacob Zuma unveiled a 9-point plan to ignite and grow the economy. Key in this plan, he said, is to revitalize agriculture and the agro-processing value chain. What did he mean by all this? My guest today is the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, Bheki Cele. Deputy Minister Cele, welcome to the show. Let me start off by asking you, we've just been having this discussion here about what happened on Thursday evening. What are your views about what happened in the House? And are you proud to be a member of Cabinet, a member of the South African legislature, given what happened?
Well, good evening, Justice. Well, life could have been better. The ANC has already condemned the blockage of the signal in the Parliament. That has been condemned. President himself has come out to say he does not approve it. He condemns it. The investigation has been already instituted to find out what happened. So let's wait for the results. But at the face value, we don't agree with it as an ANC, and individuals, we don't agree with that on what happened on that day. The way of behavior, Parliament is a place of ideas, but there is one thing, Justice, you don't divorce from those ideas, is a respect. We believe that it will be vibrant, it will be still okay, people will still throw their ideas, but what we're discovering now, there is a bit of a separation of those ideas from the respect, which really cannot be tolerated.
But surely you'd agree with me that Parliament is not particularly respect as in, oh, you're older than me and so forth. It's about the rules. And if the rules allow the EFF to ask on a point of order or a point of privilege, surely the Speaker, Baleka Mbete, should have allowed the EFF to continue to ask those questions and follow the rules. The order to throw them out was, by many accounts, not the right way to go.
No, it doesn't follow. Yes, you follow the rules, you respect the rules, and that is mutual. But I want to make the point, as an African, I will forever respect within the rules the elders. But there is one point that is we are all losing, we don't get. The word of the Speaker in the Parliament is the last word, Justice. If you don't respect and concede on what the Speaker said, when the Speaker tells you the story and said, I've made a ruling here, that ends, which means if you go beyond that, you are dramatizing the Parliament itself, and yourself, the response will have to be dramatic if you're dramatizing the Parliament, because the word of the Speaker is a law. Please respect it. I have made the rule. You can still follow it on other aspects and other structures, but in the House, she's a word.
Does that justify calling in members of the VIP protection unit, members of the TRT to come in, and as you saw in some of the videos that were shown after the signal was blacked out for us to see in full color, the treatment of those EFF members, the violence against them, the breaking of the nose of of a female MP?
Maybe it is one thing to be condemned if violence was used. But
no, do you agree there was violence used? Are you saying you don't know if violence was used?
I'm expanding my point. I'm expanding my point, okay. Justice, to say.
But let's agree that violence was used,
which must be condemned, and that violence has been condemned. But that violence started inside the House when makalabas were used to hit the very same police, and it's unfortunate again that you don't get much of that coming up, because the Speaker says walk out. Instead of walking out, you wait for the second level to be taken out. When those people that are coming to take you out, you take the same makalabas, you hit them, and indeed that caused commotion, and you condemn it from all angles.
Should I be worried about my democracy, Deputy Minister? Are you worried?
No. Why should you be worried? You should be worried about the disrespect of the people that are pursuing that democracy. It's democratic to stand up and say, I disagree with you, but you can't go in Parliament and show the middle finger to the Deputy President, and nobody talks about that, and that becomes normal. But when things, they begin to respond, when people, they follow the rules of taking you out, it becomes an issue. I think media and everybody and all of us, we must condemn whatever form of disrespect and violence, doesn't matter from which side that comes, that happens in Parliament, Justice.
Deputy Minister, there was a lot in President Zuma's speech. It's unfortunate that we had all these shenanigans. Land was a big issue. Agriculture was a big issue, and that's your patch in Cabinet. Land, now there was a lot of movement, 3 main issues on land. Why has land suddenly, after 21 years of the African National Congress being in power, suddenly there is a lot of movement on land? Foreigners can own land, the 50-50 policy, and others. Why are you waking up to this now? Is it because the EFF has made this one of the main planks of their campaigns?
Well, waking up, I'm not sure about that. But the ANC and this government, they are definitely not reckless. They want to take everybody on board. This has been forever on the cards. The research started in 2004 of these non-foreigners owning the land, which, by the way, Justice, is not a South African issue. I don't know why it's making so much noise. In the year 1999, FAO, the Food Organization of the United Nations, commissioned the investigation on the land ownership in different countries. If you can just see that investigation and that commission, you will see that South Africa is following the whole way. Let me take just small one. The EU, as an EU zone, does not allow people that come outside of the EU zone to own the land in that particular world. I don't know why it's making so much noise about South Africa that is happening. And South Africa has been very much neat about it. It did not wake up the next morning and simply say, I'm cutting off, go home. But and even so, we're not saying people can't be here. The president has explained it. You own the land in a very long lease, but remember, the land will forever belong to South Africans, but you're allowed to come here and make the business and lease the land.
Let's talk about your area of work, and that's agriculture. President Zuma said the government is working with private sector on the agriculture, on APAP. What is it, and what does it mean for the ordinary South African who wants to farm out there?
What the president is saying and what we'll be explaining further and doing, because president gives the guide and then we work on the guide, is that we'll have to start Justice, by substituting all the import with the agro-processing and the home-brewed kind of agricultural matters. 2, we'll have to grow the small new people that we'll have to allow to enter the world of agriculture. People in agriculture are old and mostly one race, and even the Africans that come in that space, they come using the pension money. So people coming to take pension on agriculture. We're saying agriculture is a serious business. Young people must come in, so the land must be there. Government must assist them and increase the production for both the national consumption, which gives us the food security, but also find new markets. As President did announce that we are finding new markets. The agreements have just been signed with China, especially of apples and maize, and many other markets that we are working on. But also, we're using agriculture for the growth of the GDP in South Africa and the employment, as President has instructed agriculture to produce million jobs in next 15 years and tilting million hectares of the land for both national consumption and international markets.
One last question. The president referred to the Nwanedi cluster in Vembe in Limpopo, and he said 300 farmers on just 1,300 hectares. That's basically saying you're putting 300 black farmers on a piece of land that would be occupied by one traditional white farmer in South Africa, isn't it?
No, those farmers would be smallholders farmers, Justice, producing for the substance farming and producing for the smallholding, especially for consumption rather than the marketing. Hence, the rural development working together with agriculture is providing and giving much larger farms where the assistance will be given, where we'll create the agri-parks, where 2 billion has already been put. Those are there, but also we must take and guard jealously the small farmers, the small holders. Yes, those people will be on the smaller spaces because they work as a small holding rather than the commercial farmers.
Deputy Minister Bheki Cele, thanks so much for your time and good luck with all your ambitious plans. After the break, our winner and loser of the week. Stay with us.